Davis here. Welcome to Fancy Pong series episode number 1. At the end of this series, you will have fully working Pong game, but we will make design fancier with some glowing effects going on, and most importantly, at the end, you can take this game and play with your friend on the keyboard, because we will add that mechanic as well. Also, you will learn how to set up environment, players, some colliders, physics. We will work on our script, scoring system, and lots more. And I will try my best to fit everything and finish this project in just a few episodes. So don't worry about it. And if you like my content and want to see more videos like this, please like this one and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get started. The first episode will be about our environment, and it will be fairly simple tutorial to begin. And let's start working. I have 2D scene, just empty 2D scene. And let's first thing that I will do, I will go on the game panel and change this aspect from the 3 to 16:9 because it will work better way for our Pong game. And also I will select my main camera and I will change background color from this annoying blue to be black. And that's it. We are already fancy because we have some black background going on. And let's continue working. First thing that we need is to have some kind of borders, right? So let's hit on the empty space of the hierarchy panel with the right mouse button, create empty, and let's name it borders. And let's select our borders, and in the inspector, let's reset everything, every value to work on it proper way. And in the borders, let's select our borders with the right mouse button to the object sprite, and we will create square, and we will use these squares, nothing mad, just what Unity already has. If we select this rect tool right here, let's zoom in, we can basically change the scaling, change the sizing of our border however we like. Let's make our borders taller. And we should also drag this border. This will be right border, so let's name it right border. And let's select our move tool. Let's select our right border and drag it here. And let's see, it's on the, I think 8.7 will work fine. Let's see. Yes, it works fine. Let's change color it to be something more glowy. Maybe some purple color. Let's see. Or some reddish one. Yeah, it's up to you basically. I will leave it as it is right now. And then we can just duplicate this border to be our left border. And to duplicate game object, you can select that and hit on the Control and D, and it will duplicate. Let's drag it right here. This one was on 8.7, so this one should be on minus 8.7, not 85, of course, 8.7. And let's change name it to be our left border. And then we can also duplicate this left border and change rotation on the z-axis to be 90. And let's drag it up. This will be our top border. Let's select our rect tool once again to make it wider. Okay, it will do. Well, it's not perfect, but it looks fine. I think you can make it better if you want. So this will be for our top, and let's duplicate this one. Let's select our move tool, drag it down, and this will be for our bottom one. Alright, our borders are ready. Only thing that is missing is our middle part, because I want to have some kind of middle indicator where our ball will be at the start. And for it, I will select my borders with the right mouse button, create empty, and I will name it middle. And then in the middle, I will create 2D object sprite square. Once again, let's select our rect tool and make it a little bigger. I think it should be on 0 to be on exactly middle. And then what we can do, we can all duplicate this one. So let's select it, Control Enter D. Let's select our move tool and move it down. And on this part, on the middle part, we will have some circle. So in the middle, let's create 2D object sprites circle. Alright, it will work fine, I think. You can do something like this. Let's select all of them and let's change color to be well, in the ideal case you can select this color, copy. Well, I will show you. We can select color of our borders and copy this code and then select all of them, all of our middle ones, and hit on the color and paste our color of our borders here. So that's all of our game objects so far will have same colors. Alright, we are done with designing our environment. Now let's work on our players. For our players, we can use the squares once again. So on the empty space hierarchy panel, create 2D object sprite square, and let's select our rect tool one more time. Let's make it, well, sizing is up to you basically. I will drag my player. This will be my player 1, and I think on this one will be on -8. Yes, it works fine. And 0. Alright, I will change color to be something like green or anything you want. And then let's first of all rename it to be player 1. And as I already told you, we will have mechanics to be able to play with our friend or some other person on our keyboard, on one keyboard. So let's select our player 1, duplicate this, and drag it on the 8, on the X. I will change color of it to be red, and this will be our player 2. Let's see how it looks. It looks fine. And then only thing that is left to have some ball, of course. And to have some ball, we can hit on the empty space one more time to the object sprites, and we can use circle. Where is our circle? It's outside of our pitch. So let's make it on 0 and 0, and I will change scaling to be 0.5 and 0.5 on the X and Y because my ball was too big, and I think this size is fine. And now we are ready to go and work on our physics and colliders. I will also change name of it to be a ball. And let's start from the ball actually. If we select our ball in the inspector, we can see this add component button, and this add component allows us to add a lot of things basically. And if we go on the physics 2D, it has a lot of colliders as you see, and colliders are used to interact with each other. So to be able to interact with our player, for example, our ball and our player should have colliders, and they are just like indicators. So here in the search box, we can type for the circle collider because it will work fine for our ball. And also we can use rigid body 2D. So let's search for rigid body 2D. And this rigid body 2D adds some gravity and physics components, and it will also allow us to add some forces to our ball that we will need in later stages. And let's start working on rigid body to set everything properly. First of all, we should change mass and make it this number 0.0001. And also let's change gravity scale from the 1 to 0 because I don't want my ball to just fall down when we start our game. I want to control it from my script. And also I will freeze rotation on the Z because I don't want any weird rotational movement. And collision detection, let's have on continuous for the smooth collisions. And I think our ball is ready. If something, we can also change it later. But so far, this is our ball setup. Now, let's work on our players, player 1 and player 2. Let's select both of them, not to waste much time. And let's add component for both of them. So hit on the add components. As I said, they also need some kind of colliders. So we can use box collider 2D. And as you see, it adds this green line. This is collider, in this case box collider. Also, what we can do, we can add rigid body to them, rigid body 2D. And here I will change gravity from 1 to 0 because I don't want my players to fall down. They should be always here. And I will control their movement with the script. Also, I will freeze rotation on the Z and freeze position on the X because they won't have the horizontal movement. They only have this Y movement, vertical movement. So I think our players are also ready. And then the last part that is left is to select our borders and add colliders to them as well. So let's select right border, left, top and bottom. And let's add component. Search here for box collider 2D, and this adds these green outlines. As you see, those ones are colliders. And also I will change ordering layer for my borders to be -5, and this order of layer is how far or how in front is some kind of game object, and I want my borders to be far away from my ball, for example, and players, not to have weird interaction with them. And that's it, guys. This is how you can set up environment, and this is your first part of the Fancy Pong. In the next episode, we will make our ball movement and we will start working on our code. So see you later, and if you like my content and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell not to miss upcoming series. Thanks for watching and bye bye.